They say a man can decide whether he's attracted to a woman in less than 7 seconds. But what's really happening in those moments? According to Carl Jung, it's not just about what's beautiful. It's about what's primal. Deep inside the male psyche, ancient archetypes and evolutionary instincts dictate where his eyes go first and why. Today, we'll break down the 5 body parts men instinctively notice first, backed by Jungian psychology and modern science. Some will be obvious, others will surprise you. 1. The eyes, windows to the soul and the unconscious. When a man first looks at a woman, before he's aware of it, his gaze often meets hers. This isn't just coincidence, it's instinct. Carl Jung believed the eyes reveal far more than physical beauty. They are direct channels to the unconscious. In that first shared glance, a man's brain is already processing an incredible amount of information: her emotional state, openness, and even her potential for connection. In evolutionary terms, eye contact plays a crucial role in human bonding. It triggers the release of oxytocin, the love hormone, which fosters intimacy and trust. This explains why a sustained gaze can feel electric, almost as if it carries a magnetic pull. Large, expressive eyes are especially captivating because they are associated with neoteny, youthful traits that historically signaled health, vitality, and fertility. In prehistoric times, these cues could have meant the difference between choosing a healthy mate and risking poor survival chances for future offspring. But Jung saw beyond biology. He described the anima, the inner feminine archetype within a man's psyche, as something that projects itself onto the women he encounters. Often the qualities a man subconsciously seeks, warmth, vulnerability, depth, are mirrored in the way a woman's eyes look at him. A fleeting glance can feel like recognition, as though something ancient and familiar has stirred. This is why first impressions through eye contact are so powerful. Even without a word spoken, the eyes can hint at shared emotional values, trustworthiness, and hidden depths. Men often remember a woman's eyes long after other details fade, not just because they're beautiful, but because they seem to reflect something more than human, something archetypal, reaching deep into the collective unconscious. 2. The lips, symbols of connection and desire. The second feature that draws men's attention is the lips, not merely for their sensuality, but for their role as the bridge between communication and intimacy. Carl Jung would argue that the lips are tied to the archetypal feminine principle, expressive, nurturing, and emotionally attuned. They are the instruments of speech, affection, and in moments of intimacy, the medium of physical bonding. From a biological perspective, full, well-shaped lips have been linked to higher estrogen levels, which signal fertility and reproductive health. During ovulation, lips naturally become more plump and flushed due to hormonal changes, subtly signaling readiness for reproduction. Men's brains, without conscious awareness, respond to this with heightened attention and attraction. The lips also play a role in non-verbal communication. A smile can disarm, a smirk can intrigue, and a subtle bite can ignite curiosity. In Jungian symbolism, they can represent both the nurturing mother archetype, offering comfort and warmth, and the lover archetype, embodying passion and desire. This dual symbolism makes them irresistible focal points in male perception. Even the cultural use of lipstick reflects an unconscious understanding of their power. By enhancing contrast between the lips and the surrounding skin, makeup draws the gaze directly to them, amplifying the ancient cues they already carry. For men, noticing a woman's lips is about more than just imagining a kiss. It's about sensing her ability to connect, communicate, and express emotions in ways that transcend language. The lips speak to both primal needs and soulful yearnings, making them an essential early focus in attraction. 3. The hair, crown of vitality and identity. Hair has always carried deep symbolic meaning in human culture. In mythology, fairy tales, and art, it often represents life force, sensuality, and freedom. Jung would say it connects to the Great Mother archetype, embodying both nurturing warmth and raw, untamed natural power. From an evolutionary standpoint, hair quality serves as a billboard of a woman's health. Thick, shiny, and well-maintained hair signals proper nutrition, balanced hormones, and low stress levels, all markers of reproductive health. In our ancestral past, these traits would have indicated a greater likelihood of healthy offspring. Men's attention to hair may also be linked to its changeability. While features like eye color remain constant, hair can be styled, grown, braided, or adorned, reflecting a woman's personality and self-expression. This adaptability adds another layer of attraction, as men instinctively interpret healthy, abundant hair as a sign of vitality. Culturally, long, flowing hair has often been idealized. Think of Rapunzel, goddesses in ancient art, or even modern fashion imagery. Yet the allure isn't limited to length. Whether curly, straight, styled, or natural, hair frames the face, drawing attention to other features while simultaneously broadcasting health cues. In Jung's view, hair also symbolizes psychic energy. In dreams, cutting hair can represent loss of strength or freedom, while loose hair can signify liberation. Men may not consciously think this way, but on a subconscious level, they respond to these symbolic messages. In short, hair isn't just decoration. It's an ancient signal of vitality, identity, and feminine power, which is why it's often one of the very first features men notice. 4. Waist-to-hip ratio, nature's geometry of attraction. One of the most consistently studied aspects of attraction is the waist-to-hip ratio, WHR. Research shows that across cultures and time periods, men are naturally drawn to a ratio of about 0.7, where the waist is proportionally smaller than the hips. Biologically, this ratio signals optimal fat distribution for childbearing, higher estrogen levels, and lower risks of certain health problems, all factors that would have been crucial for survival in early human history. Even in today's world, where survival is less dependent on reproductive capacity, these cues still trigger subconscious attraction. Jung would connect this to the mother archetype, which embodies fertility, abundance, and the nurturing qualities essential for life. Ancient Venus figurines, some over 25,000 years old, often feature exaggerated hips and narrow waists, illustrating that this preference is as old as humanity itself. Interestingly, the waist-to-hip ratio's appeal has endured through shifting beauty trends. Whether the curvier silhouettes of the Renaissance or the slender shapes of modern fashion, the underlying preference for proportion remains constant. It's a form of nature's geometry, an instinctive pattern recognition hardwired into the brain. Men don't consciously calculate ratios when they look at a woman. Their minds simply register harmony, balance, and health. And while media and culture may influence surface preferences, the biological draw to this proportion is deeply rooted in the collective unconscious. To the male psyche, this ratio doesn't just signal physical attraction. It whispers of life's continuation, of nature's timeless design. 5. Skin. The honest canvas of health. Skin may not get as much attention in casual discussions of attraction, but it plays a powerful role in first impressions. Clear, smooth, and radiant skin is one of the most reliable indicators of health, immunity, and youthfulness. From a biological standpoint, healthy skin suggests balanced hormones, good nutrition, and strong immune function. Evolutionarily, this made skin a trustworthy indicator of a potential mate's vitality. Unlike hair or makeup, skin quality is much harder to fake convincingly. In Jungian psychology, skin can be connected to the self-archetype, representing harmony and wholeness between the inner and outer worlds. Skin is the body's outermost layer, the interface between self and environment. Its condition can reflect not just physical health, but emotional well-being. Men may notice skin subconsciously. registering its texture, tone, and evenness without thinking about it. A natural glow, subtle flush, or even sun-kissed warmth can all signal vitality and active circulation. Across cultures, beauty rituals often center on enhancing skin, from ancient milk baths to modern skincare routines, showing how universal its importance is. In evolutionary psychology, symmetry in skin tone and facial features is associated with developmental stability, meaning the individual has likely developed without major genetic or environmental disruptions. This further reinforces the perception of good health. For men, healthy skin doesn't just indicate beauty, it communicates a deeper sense of life and wholeness. It's a silent signal that, on a subconscious level, says, "This person is thriving." And there you have it. The 5 body parts men notice first in women, revealed through the lens of Carl Jung's psychology and backed by evolutionary science. The eyes that speak without words, the lips that bridge communication and intimacy, the hair that radiates vitality, the waist-to-hip ratio that nature has hardwired into our instincts, and the skin, the honest canvas of health and life. The truth is, attraction isn't random. It's a silent conversation between biology and the unconscious mind, shaped over thousands of years. These cues don't just signal beauty, they signal life, health, and the potential for connection. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these features do you think holds the most power in shaping first impressions? Is it the depth of the eyes, the allure of the lips, or the timeless geometry of the waist-to-hip ratio? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's start a real conversation. If this video gave you a new perspective on attraction, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the hidden psychology of relationships and human behavior. Remember, the most magnetic thing you can wear is your authenticity. See you in the next video.